Aye, shepherd's pie. Greetings from the Philippines. Welcome back to the channel. We got another interview today with Miss Sikior herself, the stunning Berna, who's been kind enough to sit down and have a little chat with us about life in the Philippines and just life in general, really. So we'll start off, first of all, Berna.
Hi guys, I'm Berna. I'm from Sikihor.
Thank you, Berna. Thank you for doing the interview. It's very kind of you. So, how old are you, Berna?
I'm 22.
22 years old.
Yes,
And you're from Sikihor,
from Sikihor.
but you're actually from Sikihor town, as in Sikihor town on Sikihor Island.
I'm in Sikihor, Cangagong,
Okay,
the
and
capital.
that's the port, yeah? Where the boats come in from
Yes.
Dumaguete. And have you lived there all your life?
I've been a lot of places.
Okay, tell us about a lot of places then.
I've been transferring from Manila to other places here in Sabu.
And why have you been transferred? I mean, did you grow up in Sikihor?
I grew up here with my grandparents.
Right. So they're from Sikihor.
They're from Sikihor.
So the transfer in between Manila and Sabu, that was for work or for?
For my parents, my mom. My dad is from Quezon City. My mom is from here.
Okay.
Sikihor.
And your mum was working in Manila, or?
My mom is working in Taiwan.
Oh, she's working in Taiwan.
She's an OFW.
Okay. You know what my next question is going to be? What's an
I'm
OFW?
excited. Overseas Filipino workers.
Okay, right. Yeah. I get the concept. And how long has she been doing that?
For about 6 months already. 6 years.
6 years. She enjoy it?
Yeah, because she didn't want to go home.
Okay. And have you ever been over to see her?
I will gladly be.
You want to go, but you haven't been yet.
Yeah, I haven't been.
And what about your father? What does he do?
They've been separated for a very long time since I was a kid, but I don't have really contact.
You don't have much of a
Yes.
relationship with your father. Well, that's sad, but I don't have much of a relationship with my father either. So we're both in the same boat. In fact, the last time I saw him was before you were born. So that gives you some idea. So you travelled between Manila, you travelled between Sabu. That was videoing your parents, and meeting your parents. Is life very different in Manila and Sabu to Sikihor?
My life's been a little bit rocky. I can differentiate the Manila girls lifestyle and the island lifestyle here in Sikihor. It's much better here.
The lifestyle for
Sikihor Island
is a better lifestyle than Manila.
Manila, yeah.
Why? What's different?
Manila is very expensive,
right?
when it comes to costing, but here we have a lot of like organics and very affordable foods here.
So it's basically cheaper.
Yes.
Here than it is in Manila.
When you're in the province.
Is that the only difference though? I mean, I come from London in the UK, and a lot of people, maybe people who come from the north, they'll say we're very different. You know, people like me, we talk too much, we're a bit arrogant, you know, kind of thing. It's just a different way. Different cities have different, I don't know, some of it's true, some of it's stereotypes. Do you think the people in Manila are very different from the people in Sikihor, or?
Not much, because I grew up there with my aunties and uncles in Manila, with a lot of relatives. So it's more like they're from Sikihor, then they transfer in Manila for work basis.
Okay, but they're not like. Put it this way: if you see someone from Manila and they're here in Sikihor, and you don't know them, can you tell straight away they're from Manila?
Yes.
Because of the accent and the clothes and that kind of thing.
And the clothes, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at. You know, in the UK, you can kind of tell where someone's from by the clothes they wear, the way they talk. Same in the Philippines. Yeah,
Same in the Philippines.
You can tell. Okay. I think, and I'm no expert on the Philippines, because I've only been to Dumaguete, oh God, that's a noisy road today, fellas. Sorry about this. Siquijor, Dumaguete, and Manila. And I only had one night in Manila. What's amazed me about Siquijor is how much friendlier the people are here than in Dumaguete and in Manila. I think they're the friendliest people I've ever met in the world. Do you think that's right?
That's right, because here, Siquijor, we are very accommodated with a lot of tourists, and we're very friendly with it, and we're very hospitable with it too.
You are indeed, you are indeed. And, but do you think there are any other islands like that in the Philippines, or is Siquijor the friendliest?
I've been in Bohol too for vacation, but nothing compares the hospitality here in Siquijor.
I agree 100%. So you're 22 now.
Yes.
How long have you been in Siquijor? This time, I mean, because obviously you've been to Manila and that. What's the longest when was the last time you were living somewhere else?
Last 2021.
So you've been here the last
I come back
4
here.
years, 3 to 4 years.
Yeah,
okay.
3 years.
And are you a student? Are you studying? Do you work? What's the story there?
It's confidential.
It's confidential.
Yes.
You were an open book.
I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. Right. So you're not only a beautiful girl, you're also a mysterious girl.
You always say that.
Well, and I always say what I mean, so there you go. Right, so we won't ask you about that. Can I ask you about your person? I mean, are you single? Are you married? Are you in a relationship?
I'm single with 1 kid.
You got one kid. How old's your kid?
3 years old.
3 years old. Boy or girl?
Boy.
And what's his name?
Matthew.
You said boy, like you were very happy then. Did you want a boy then? Had you always
Yes.
wanted a boy? Why did you want a boy over a girl?
Because growing up, I wanted to be a boy. So that's why I'm very glad, I'm very happy that I have a son. Because that's what I'm dreaming of my life.
Being a boy, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that much about... Now I'm going to ask you a question now. I'm probably wrong
here.
But the last time I met you socially, shall we say, you had long hair.
Yes.
This time you've got...
Shorter.
Are you going into tomboy then? I mean,
no,
is that what
no.
it's all about?
I'm contented with being a girl. But I'm always dreaming to be a boy. But I'm never going to change my ways and just my hair.
Just your hair. I'm very glad to hear that. I was... you had me a bit worried for the... I'm thinking of doing a video about... I did a video about ladyboys for the channel a few weeks ago, which got a lot of interest. But I was talking about ladyboys in Thailand compared to here. But when I got back this last week, my God, I've never seen so many ladies. Something was going on. And there were hundreds at JJ's. It was and the whole week. And then after 3 days, they just disappeared. Yeah, no, I don't know why I told you that. I'm just saying when you were saying you wanted to be a boy, because I sat there thinking all these Filipino men dressed as women. Anyway, I've taken us off track now. Don't know what I was talking about. I'll ask you. Anyway, there you go. I'm not going to ask you the questions I'm going to ask in the video because that's not fair to put you on the spot like that. So, do you have much to do with the father of the...
My son?
Yeah.
We didn't contact much. Just him providing my son also.
He still provides for the son, doesn't he?
Not much, but still.
But that's good. Were you in a relationship for a long time before you had...
Yes, for 3 years now.
Okay. But you're not still in a relationship?
Yeah, I'm not.
Now, what I mean is, how long have you been separated from the boyfriend?
My current ex-boyfriend?
Yeah.
6 months? We broke last July, so it's gonna be probably 5 months. 5 months,
okay. So it's still quite recent. It's not like you had the baby 3 years ago and he's not been involved since. It's literally the last 5 months. Okay. There are a lot, and I'm talking about it compared to other countries. But there are a lot of single mothers in the Philippines.
Yes.
I mean, a hell of a lot. It's
Oh, we are.
but why is that then?
I'm sorry.
Don't worry. Why is that out of interest? Or what are your views on it? I don't ask you to give the exact answer. I know one of the reasons, obviously, abortion is illegal over here, where it's legal in some countries.
My point of view was that they're much likely to have teenage pregnancy here in the Philippines. We are very high about that, and there is a lot of irresponsible parents too, and especially for the separated ones.
See, the thing that confuses me as a Western guy who comes from Europe, it seems, and I could be wrong, and that's the whole point of doing interviews like this. I want to learn, why I'm right or why I'm wrong, but it seems to be it's not a good situation to be in, being a single mother in the Philippines. You get a lot of single mothers who are quite desperate. Well, desperate's the wrong word, but they're very keen to get a partner who will support them and the child. Now, I can understand that 100%. I'd be in the same position, but I just sometimes think, well, if it can cause such problems in terms of, why do so many people get themselves into that situation?
Yes.
I'm intrigued. Any answers?
For me, because I'm one of them, I'm a single mom. I can work, but I don't really need a partner to be with that.
You're happy on your own.
I'm happy with raising myself.
You're breaking the hearts of all these viewers, Berna, who are sitting there thinking, my God, I need to speak to her, I need to come over and meet her. And now you're saying you're happy with everyone. Happy by yourself. I don't know. Broke my heart. Right, so we've covered that. Have you ever, again, I don't want to get too personal in the questions, but I know the audience is going to, be interested in these aspects of your life. Have you ever dated a foreigner?
Yes, last 2018 when I was 18 years old.
What nationality?
Russian.
Russia.
Russian.
My God, I tell you, that was one country I was not. That was not what I was expecting you to say.
He's a Russian.
How old was he?
He's 42 by that time.
42, and you were
18.
So, didn't bother you the age gap?
No, not really.
Not really. That's not the same as no.
Because it's like a setup from my family and me and the foreigner.
Oh, your family arranged
That's why we broke up. Yes, my family was involved with it.
Well, how did that work then? I'm really interested now.
Yeah, because they wanted me to marry a foreigner.
Right.
Yeah, it's the same situation with everybody, like to come up with property.
Okay, well, see, I'm surprised by that because you know what I thought it was? I thought all these beautiful young Filipino girls, 18, 9, 20, I thought they just found like 70-year-old men really attractive. I thought that's what I thought. They just really love old guys. They're not interested in young Filipino guys with six packs and that. They just like old guys with a beard. So I was wrong, was I?
Yeah. Partly of that is they are financially stable.
That's the primary motivation.
Yes, I'm going to be straight and not biased with my answers, but that's the truth.
I'm going to let you into a little secret here. I'm not surprised. I think it's the same everywhere in the world.
Yes.
People will say it's not, but at the end of the day, for some reason in the UK, say a guy looks like me, for example, women will find me more attractive if I've got a massive house and I've got a sports car and I'm earning like £1 million a year. I'll be more of a catch than if I'm unemployed, no job, no prospects, living in a little one-bedroom apartment. So it's the same shit, really. Everywhere in the world, women are looking for financial stability. The difference is, because the Philippines is a poorer country, you're looking a little bit harder for it and you're willing to make exceptions for
because
the age gap.
That's the thing. We women here in the Philippines are more more likely to grind for um, stability than guys, because I know a lot of guys here are responsible, like responsible fathers, irresponsible with their families.
Sorry
That's the thing.
about the noise here. I was a bit lost. What are we talking about? Western guys are more responsible
Yes.
than Filipino guys.
Yes.
Okay. What would you say is the main difference? See, the trouble is, and I've got nothing against us Russian, you Russian brothers. I think you're all great. But have you had any relationships with other foreigners other than a Russian?
No.
Just a Russian.
That's
That's your one.
Russian.
Okay. Because in Europe, we might be wrong. Russians don't have a reputation as being the most romantic or caring kind of people.
That guy, I like him very much because, yeah, for his appearance, and then he treats me well. He's a very good person too.
Now, the reason I said that was I interviewed Hazel, who owns this bar, the other day, and I asked her what the difference between Filipino guys was and Western guys, and she said Filipino guys are more caring and they're more romantic, etc. And I'm thinking, if I ask you the same question, how do Filipino guys compare to Western guys? You can only compare it against the Russian guys. So if you turn around and say Filipino guys are more caring, anyway, forget it. But do you agree with that? The Filipino guys are more caring and more romantic?
No,
You don't agree with that?
I don't agree with that.
Really? Really? So you think Western guys are more?
Yeah.
Let me
The matured one.
the mature one.
Yes.
That's interesting. So do you actually like older guys then?
Yes.
Or what kind of age are we talking about? I mean, could you be in a relationship with a guy who's 70?
70. Yeah.
70? Really? Okay, I thought you were going to say about, I don't know, 50, 51 might be the oldest you'd go. But that's interesting. And that, well, yeah. But what would you have in common? What would you talk about? What would you do? You couldn't take him to JJ's on a Friday night and dance the night away?
Because when I have a boyfriend, I don't really go out.
That's interesting. That's interesting.
Yes.
So what do you think the average Filipino, because in the West, there is a problem with age gap relationships in the sense, I don't have a problem with it,
Mm-hmm.
but a lot of Western people or foreign people, when they go to somewhere like Dumaguete and they see Western guys with Filipino women, particularly when there's an age gap, they think badly of the Western guy. They think the Western guy is taking advantage and etc. Rightly or wrongly. But I'd like to ask you, what do you think of the Filipino? When you see the Filipino with the Western guy, do you have any opinions?
For me here, it's more likely to be off by the Filipino girl, because people here thinks that the Filipino girl dating Western older guys with a little bit higher age gap, they're gonna say that, or they're gonna be rumors like, oh, this girl is like gold digger, and
Other
having
Filipinos
fans.
will think that about the
Yes.
girl.
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. I thought you might say that because a few people have said that to me. So it can be embarrassing then going out with a Western guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people here from Philippines will think that. That's their mindset.
Yeah. But from what you've said, to a certain extent, they're right.
Mm.
To a certain extent, they're right. Because they're thinking in their mind it's just about the money.
Yes.
And you said yourself it's just about the money.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not actually wrong in what they think.
Yeah.
I've just knocked my beer over there, fellas. Sorry, I'm not very good at this. Like, I'm a bit of an amateur. But okay, so that's interesting. See, I don't know. This is just my experience in Thailand, and I don't know if it's true or not. I'm told this, but it's this business of Filipinos being more romantic, etc., which you've said is not necessarily true.
Yes.
In Thailand, a lot of the girls over there will tell you that the Thai men are so romantic and they're so like, you know, compliments all the time, and they're so loving and caring. But the second they get married, they just change overnight. You know, it just stops. But then they just want their dinner and they just want the thing, and the whole relationship changes, and they're never what they were before. Is that true of the Filipino guys, you think, or is it different?
I've been a lot of kind of few relationships with Filipino guys. They're not really romantic stuff like the Western guys. Like I never been received. I never received flowers from them. But this one guy also, but we're not dating. He gives me that kind of stuff. Like yeah,
And he was a Filipino guy.
he's Western guy.
Where's the guy? The Russian guy.
No, not the Russian guy.
Okay, so you're not dating this guy, but he's giving you flowers and things.
He's trying to get to know me that time, and then yeah.
And how long ago was this?
Wait, 8 days.
8 days.
3 to 4 days.
Okay, so he's
Then I
trying.
just cut him off because I don't want to be in a relationship.
Why don't you want to be in a relationship?
Sucks.
It sucks. I don't know. What minute you're going to marry a 70-year-old? Now you don't want to be in a relationship because it sucks.
It depends on how things work,
That's good. You don't want to rush into something.
and I'm not going to rush anything or further with my relationship.
But when you go into a relationship now, going forward, are you looking for a husband? Because some people you see on Tinder that they're looking for a long-term relationship. They say they're not interested in, you know, short-term fun and that. So you're looking for a serious relationship, or are you just looking for nothing serious for a few years?
Because when I entered relationship, I wanted to last. That's
Okay.
why I'm not going to, because I've learned a lot from my past relationships that yeah, I want to get married, I want to get that, I want to have stable family, stable home.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that. A lot of people want that. Well, I've learned a lot about you today, Berna, that I didn't know. It's interesting. Just a couple of questions, because Berna, guys, is probably going to become part of the channel now. So we're going to go and do a few interviews later on with some people on the street, which will be in another video. So a couple of questions we're going to ask them. If you could go to any country in the world, Berna, where would you like to go? What's your favourite country other than the Philippines?
Japan.
Japan. Why Japan?
Sports cars, animes, everything's there, and they're very advanced technologies in Japan.
Okay.
They're very pleasing. They're very neat. Japan is very clean.
Yeah, I'm sure it's clean. I'm sure. Yeah, I didn't know about the sports cars. They probably are. I'm not for 1 second saying there aren't. I just I'd never heard that before. And the anime, I know the anime's there. The next question is, what would you say is a good salary in the Philippines? What do you consider to be good money?
Yeah, in order to live like fully here in the Philippines, you might not. You might. The ideal wage here is like 600 to 800 a day.
600,
To just live
600 and 800 pesos a day.
a day.
That's a good wage.
That's a good wage.
That's a good wage.
But here in Sikihor, you can have like 500 to 600 or 700.
That would be a good day.
Yeah.
A good wage.
Here
So
in the provinces.
How would that work out a month, do you think? That would work out about, I can't do the maths. A month, how many thousand pesos would be a good wage here?
Wage here in Sikihor, or in the province, for about not less than 20.
20,000?
Yeah.
That would be, that. If you've got that kind of money, you can live good.
Yes.
Okay, that's interesting. How much do you think the average Westerner earns a month?
Earns a month?
Yeah, you're saying it's a good wage here in the Philippines would be 20,000. How much do you think that someone from the West earns? Say an American, how much do you think they earn a month?
I know some. Yeah, I have a lot of people in like California and other countries, they earn about a minimum of $1,500 a month.
A month?
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. That's the reason I ask you that question is because a lot of America, a lot of expats you meet, they'll say the Filipinos think we're so rich and it's ridiculous. They think we've got millions of pounds, all foreigners and all that. I tell you something now, $1,500 a month is not a lot.
It's not a lot.
I think you'll find the average American earns a lot more than that. It'd be very hard to live in America on $1,500 a month. I mean, you couldn't. It would be impossible. So I was expecting you to say something like $50,000 a month. And I was going to say, but they don't. But $1,500 a month is not a lot of money. Well, that's been great, Berna. Thanks so much for doing this. And hopefully we'll do it again soon. You've certainly given me a lot to think about. And I'm sure our viewers will really have enjoyed the interview. Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you, Sir Sai.
Right, Sir Sai.
Thank you, people.
I do like that. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. If you did, hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, why the hell not? I mean, it's amazing. Subscribe. You get to see more Berna. Thanks for watching. Be lucky.